American Gods is a special story that talks about gods living among people in modern-day America. Let's dive into it. Shadow is the main guy in the story. He's big and strong, but is very sad because his wife, Laura, passed away. He also just got out of prison. Right after leaving prison, Shadow meets a man called Mr. Wednesday. This man offers him a job, and Shadow says yes. Mr. Wednesday is a little sneaky and mysterious. Soon, Shadow finds out that Mr. Wednesday is actually an old god named Odin. Surprise! In this world, there are two kinds of gods. The first kind is the old gods, like Odin. They have been around for a very long time. People used to pray to them and believe in them, but now not so much. Because people stopped believing, the old gods became weak. Then there's the second kind, the new gods. They are powerful because people believe in things like money, TV, and the internet now. These gods are shiny and modern. They don't like the old gods because they want all the power. The new gods want to get rid of the old gods for good. So, there's a big fight coming between them. It's like a tug of war, with each side pulling hard. Shadow goes on a journey with Mr. Wednesday, meeting many strange and magical beings. Some of these are old gods from different cultures like Anansi, the spider god, and Chernobog, who has a big hammer. Shadow also meets the new gods like Mr. World and Media, who can look like famous people from TV. On this journey, Shadow discovers many secrets. One big surprise is that Laura, his wife, comes back from the dead, but she's not alive like before. She's kind of like a zombie. Even though she's dead, she still wants to help and protect Shadow. Another secret is about Shadow himself. He finds out that he's very special and has a big role to play in the fight between the gods. There's a place in the story called the House on the Rock. It's like a magical fun house with strange rooms and a big carousel. When Shadow and the old gods go there, they have a big meeting. They talk about the upcoming war and make plans. The new gods are tricky. They kidnap Shadow and try to scare him. They want him to join their side, but Shadow is strong and doesn't give in. The old gods try to rescue him, and there are many adventures and close calls. Things become really intense. The big battle between the gods is about to start. Everyone picks a side. Shadow thinks a lot about what he's seen and learned. He realizes that fighting is not the answer. Instead of a big battle, Shadow talks to both sides. He makes them see that fighting will not help anyone. The story ends with some gods leaving and some staying. Some decide to go back to their old places while others want to stay in America. Shadow understands that believing in something gives it power. He decides to go on more adventures and learn even more. American Gods teaches us a big lesson. It's not about which god is better or more powerful. It's about what people believe in and how those beliefs change over time. It's also about understanding different cultures and stories. Important. Even when things seem hard or confusing, it's good to ask questions and try to understand. That's how we learn and grow. That wraps up another episode of our wonderful journey through books. We traveled page by page, chapter by chapter, discovering the magic that lies within each story. If you enjoyed this adventure and you can't wait to jump into our next book, be sure to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a story. Remember, each book opens a new world, and we're here to guide you through it, one summary at a time. We're making books simpler, easier, and more exciting just for you. Don't forget, you can share our podcast with your friends and family so they can join us on our reading adventures too. And until our next book-filled journey, keep reading, keep learning, and most importantly, keep dreaming. This is Redis, the podcast that brings books to life for everyone.